Okay, going down to our support sub-practice, starting at a 0, we will have no clear evidence of norms, grouping structures, modeling, or resources to support students in interpreting or producing text. To get to a level 1, we'd want to see the teacher providing at least one norm, grouping structure, model, etc., that is related to interpreting meaning from a text or producing a text for a specific disciplinary purpose. So we need to have that disciplinary purpose. We need to have students interpreting or producing a text for a specific disciplinary purpose. And then we need to see the teacher providing really strategic scaffolds to support students in doing these. Okay, so what could this look like? This could look like the teacher uses a participant structure where students have roles in helping each other interpret meaning from a disciplinary text. So I'm in science, so I think most of my examples have been science so far. But maybe they're interpreting, a claim, evidence, reasoning, document, or text. To get to, so this would be our level 1 data. To get to a level 2, we would need to see the teacher helping students use these norms to interpret discipline-specific language from texts or to produce texts for a specific disciplinary purpose with discipline-specific language. Okay, so this might be like, maybe we are still doing this activity, so let's say this is 8 minutes in. Maybe at 9 minutes in, we're still doing this activity, and the teacher is coming around, talking to students and about how to use their group members and roles to interpret the claim, evidence, reasoning text. And we're also seeing maybe in the text, we see a lot of discipline-specific language. So maybe it's a claim, evidence, reasoning text about evolution. In the last video, we were talking about evolution of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. So maybe we have words like bacteria, replication, I don't know, evolution, other related words. this would look like us getting to a level 2. This would be, could be a level 2. Now we know we're at a level 2. Okay, so then we can start looking for data for a level 3. So this would look like the teacher helping students use the norms and grouping structures. So we have that layer of the teacher coming around and really encouraging students to engage with these type of norms and structures that they're offering. And they're employing strategic translanguaging moves for the goal of expanding how emergent through experienced bilinguals interpret discipline-specific language from texts. Or this should say produce text with discipline-specific language. Okay, so maybe as this activity goes on, we see the teacher use a couple translanguaging moves. So there's a few examples here. So this could look like students reading a text in one language and annotating in another. Maybe the texts are relevant to students' home or community. Students get feedback from teacher or peers on producing text in their home language. Students producing text in home language and is shared with the family or the community. Or students making linguistic choices when to use what language is part of the expectations of a rubric. So maybe after the students are in their group and they're being supported by the teacher in using their norms to interpret a claim evidence reasoning text, a scientific argument, where they're needing to interpret discipline-specific vocab as well. Maybe then they're asked to produce a text collaboratively. And the teacher is using a translanguaging move as part of the design of the activity. So any of these things we might see. Maybe students are reading a text in Spanish and being asked to produce a text in English, or vice versa. Maybe they're producing a text that's relevant to something at home. Let's just say we see that translanguaging, that first translanguaging move. So it's probably much later, maybe it's 25 minutes in, and we see students are asked to produce scientific arguments, claim evidence reasoning in groups, still using norms that the teacher scaffolded. And they are, maybe they read in English, now writing in Spanish. Now we're at a level 3. Oh, how exciting. So now we look at all our evidence. We see we got a 3 in supports. We got a 2 for opportunities. Okay, so we're all done looking at this portion of the rubric. Now you should go back to the Canvas module and you will have a little quiz, maybe 2 quizzes. Okay,